We promised you a great dinner tonight.
Very classy, a maker of caffeine.
Andre, the giant WrestleMania!
Everyone has a
ladies and gentlemen, it is electric.
The champ is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is 7 p.m. Welcome to the stream. We have another episode of Wednesday Night Wreckage in store for you tonight. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and jump into the show.
It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's Wednesday night.
You are correct as always, JR. It is Wednesday night, 7 p.m. It is time for the Wreckage to start. We're coming to you guys live from Cleveland, Ohio, inside the warehouse. Let's get ready for the fallout of One Man Mafia presents Money in the Bank.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, the Eliminator.
And here they are. We haven't seen them team up in quite a while. Bianca Belair and Emily Lutz. But they do not have an easy outing tonight. Taking on the team of Beth Phoenix and the man, Becky Lynch.
And their opponents first, from Buffalo, New York, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
The crowd already getting behind Emily ST. But don't count out either of their opponents, Beth Phoenix and Becky Lynch.
From Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch.
You got the strength in Beth Phoenix and the speed and submission of Becky Lynch. Crowd split down the middle for Becky. Here we go. Competitors are in the ring. Looks like Bianca Belair and Beth Phoenix starting things off. Bianca Belair starting things off hot. Back body drop onto Beth Phoenix. Tagging in Emily already. Tying things up. Beth Phoenix with a big forearm. Emily with a rolling code breaker. Beth Phoenix with the mounted punches onto Emily. Emily's able to reverse. Beth Phoenix fights back to her feet, tagging in her partner Becky Lynch. Becky looking for a slapping combination, but Emily's able to just toss her off. Oh, Becky's getting the slaps in now. Big combination landed. Emily into the ropes. Becky unable to capitalize on that. Big forearm to the back of Becky's head. Tagging in Bianca again. Crucifix slam from Lynch. Forearm shiver takes down Bianca. The Glamazon back in on the action. Bianca gets sent for the ride. Beth Phoenix picking her up like she's nothing and delivers a backbreaker. Picking her up again and delivers one more. Becky and Beth working great as a team here. Oh my goodness. Headlock face buster. Becky now working over the arms of Bianca. Bianca with a spear takes down Lynch. Trading blows back and forth. Becky has her hook, drops her down with a reverse DDT. Kick to the midsection. Bianca's got to get out of the opponent's corner. Beth is making her fight for it. Or excuse me, Becky's making her fight for it. Tilt-a-whirl gut buster from Bianca. Finally gets a second to tag in Emily. Emily has her up and delivers a sidewalk slam to the man. Big kicking combination takes Becky down. Tagging Bianca back in. Bianca trying to turn the man over, and she does. Boston Crab locked in. Maybe too close to the ropes, though. Becky fights out of it into a pinning combination. Only a 1 count, though. Kick to the midsection. Has her hooked. Man slam. Could this be it? 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Bianca's able to get the shoulder up. Bianca fighting out. Went for an overhand slam, but Becky caught it. Has her hooked. Pump handle over the head slam. Tagging in Beth. Emily looking for the hot tag, and she gets it. Bianca is out on the outside. Beth tosses Emily over the top rope. Not looking good for Emily EST here tonight. Scoop and a slam from Emily, followed up by an elbow drop. Emily looking to go up top. Big body splash right on the mark. Is that gonna be it? Only a 2 count. Emily has her hooked. Pump handle slam of her own. Big senton splash. Double knees to the face of Beth. Bianca's back up and into the action. Bianca going up top this time. 450 splash. Is that gonna be it? And Emily EST gets the win. Emily finally getting another win under her belt. Congratulations, Emily EST. Outstanding opener. Emily was able to deliver double knees to the face of Beth Phoenix, tagging in her partner Bianca, who hits a beautiful right on the mark 450 splash off the top rope and is able to secure the victory. Congratulations. Congratulations. Outstanding opener.
The following contest is scheduled for
Walter doesn't look like he's done with his opponent from the pay-per-view, coming out and trying to wreck Sheamus before he can even start his match. These two battling it out on the aisleway. DDT on the ramp from Sheamus. Walter, you already got a victory and defended your belt against Sheamus. What are you doing out here? Sheamus absolutely destroying the workhorse champion right now. Throws him into the side of the ring. Kick to the midsection, forearm over the back. Walter with a headbutt. Back to back breakers. My goodness. Sheamus getting into the ring, looking like he's ready for the match, but Walter follows him. Walter followed him into the ring. This isn't even against. He doesn't even have a match tonight. Booker gave him the night off after his pay-per-view victory. Sheamus taking out all his aggression on the champ. Uh-oh, champ reverses. Powerbomb onto Sheamus. Followed up by a power slam. And the senton to put the exclamation point on it. Walter finally getting the upper hand here on Sheamus. Sheamus still fighting back though. Still fight left in the tank. Tossing Walter across the ring. Oh no, Walter with a lariat. Doesn't look like things are over between these two. My goodness, the rivalry keeps growing between these two. I don't think we've seen the last of Sheamus versus Walter. We just got screwed out of a match because of Walter's feelings towards Sheamus. Oh wow, the show must go on. Rolling right into our next match, Jimmy Uso taking on the Viper, Randy Orton. Randy Orton still feeling the effects of the ladder match, the Money in the Bank ladder match we had at our last pay-per-view. Could be an easy night for Jimmy. Let's head on back down to ringside and get ready for this one. Hopefully no surprises during this one.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 251 pounds, Jimmy Uso.
The entrance song is so nasty. Jimmy Uso looking at another victory under his belt tonight, and could be a huge victory if he gets the win over Randy Orton here tonight. We all know who Emily's voting for. But Jimmy Uso has been on a string of victories here on Wednesday Night Wreckage. And here he comes, Emily, just for you.
Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Walking to the ring, stretching out his neck. As I was saying earlier, Randy Orton involved in that Money in the Bank match last Wednesday at our Money in the Bank pay-per-view. What a hellacious match. Be sure to check out my YouTube page, One Man Mafia, right here. Look for that same logo on YouTube and go back and watch the replay. You don't want to miss that one. Vintage Randy Orton pose, corner of the ring. You gotta love it. Sounds like the crowd is on the side of the Uso. Here we go. Bell has rung. Jimmy into the corner. Able to fight out. Jawbreaker to Orton. Kick to the midsection. Low DDT. Orton stretching out. Jimmy delivering those cross-face forearms. Jimmy looking like he was going for a Hurricane Rana, but Orton was able to grab the legs and drop him down. Now working over the legs. Stomp to the midsection and a walkthrough. Doesn't look like that ladder match has had any effect on the Viper. Uh-oh, Samoan drop from Jimmy. That one will slow your momentum down. Jimmy up top calls up Orton. Turning around. Big Phoenix splash onto Orton. Calling Orton up again. Super kick drops Orton. That could be lights out. 1, 2. Orton's able to get the shoulder up. Jimmy going up top again. Looking for a body splash this time, but Orton has it scouted and gets the knees up. But Jimmy's able to fight back to his feet. Picking up Orton. Combination. Coming at Orton so fast, he just had to throw an elbow to break it up. Belly to belly suplex from Orton. Orton pulling Jimmy away from the ropes. Picks the ankle. Knee to the quad. Orton fights back to his feet. Step over. Was looking for that swinging neck breaker, but Orton was able to break out of it. Has him hooked again. Another low DDT. RKO center of the ring. Is that going to be it? 1, 2. Jimmy Uso is able to kick out of the RKO. I told you, don't count this kid out. Orton looking for an elbow drop, and it finds its mark. Center of the ring, is this it? Jimmy Uso still able to get that shoulder up. Shoulder tackle takes down Orton. Swinging, DDT this time. Jimmy's looking all fired up. Knee to the side of the head of Orton. Jimmy going up top again. And he hits the body splash this time. Center of the ring. Oh, 2.9 to 99. Orton's able to kick out. Rolls him up. Rolls through with a super kick. Jimmy dancing around, can't figure out what he wants to do. Going to the top one more time. Another body splash, but Orton knew it was coming. Piston right hands. Another RKO center of the ring again. Can Jimmy kick out this time? Oh my goodness, Jimmy has kicked out of 2 RKOs. Orton has got to be getting frustrated. Vintage Orton walking around the body, stomping on every appendage he can find, pulling him up one more time. Could this be 3rd time's a charm? Whoa! And he hits it again. RKO out of nowhere. It took 3 of them, but Orton was able to get the win over Jimmy. Couple highlights from the match. Jimmy gave him all he had. Super kick right there on the button. This was the downfall, looking for another body splash. Orton hitting the 2nd RKO there. Orton working out that aggression with the stomps. After that, he hit his 3rd RKO to keep Jimmy down for the 3 count. Congratulations, Orton. Here comes your photo opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Get your cameras ready. There it is. Your winner, Randy Orton. Congratulations, Randy. Let's keep the show moving on. Rolling right into our next one. John Cena taking on the Animal, Batista. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the Lime Green Warrior. What's his name?
And his name is John Cena.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds.
John Cena looks to pick the bones of Batista tonight. Batista, another participant in that Money in the Bank ladder match, unable to grab the briefcase. Bobby Lashley, our current Money in the Bank holder, was able to climb the ladder when nobody was paying attention and snag the briefcase off the hook. Even though he may be recovering from the pay-per-view, I still would not want to step through the ropes and fight this man.
And his opponent from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 290 pounds,
Batista taking a break from Hollywood to give us a match against John Cena tonight. Gonna be two meaty men bumping meat tonight. John Cena taking on Batista. Crowd already on the side of Batista. Here we go, starting things off. Back and forth. Oh, a big slap of disrespect across the face of John Cena. Big headbutt. John Cena keeps trying to lock things up with Batista and is unable to come out with anything. Batista with the float over DDT. Nice reversal. Batista was looking to go up top. John Cena cut him off at the pass. Kick to the midsection. Code red. You don't see that very often from Cena. Cena going up top. Looking for the fist drop. But Batista had it scouted. Pull back lariat. Batista says you're not done. And another one. Steps through one more time. And delivers the third. Now the mounted punches from the animal. Cena looking for a lariat, but Batista cuts him off again. Swinging neck breaker from Batista. Belly to belly, huge belly to belly on the Cena. Cena cannot get out of the starting blocks on this one. I thought Cena was going to be in an advantage, but Batista has not lost a step since last week. Spear out of nowhere, drops down Cena, straight into the cover. Oh, Batista thought he had it on that one. Cena finally gets some offense in with a clothesline. Has him hooked, protoplex. Ducks under. Batista has him hooked. Cena's able to reverse with a back body drop. Cena pulling Batista away from the ropes. Oh no, Cena getting all fired up. Looks like it's 5-knuckle shuffle time. And he doesn't connect. Batista has him up and power slams Cena down to the mat. Uh-oh, Batista could be calling for the end here. Kick to the gut, has him hooked. Batista bomb. Is that it? 1, 2. Cena is able to kick out.
Jesus!
Batista says, that's okay, I got one more for you. Another kick to the gut. Has him hooked. Batista bomb with some stank on it. This has gotta be it this time. There it is. Batista putting the exclamation point on it. Absolutely destroying Cena tonight. What we got going on here? Batista wants to show some respect. 2 Hall of Famers showing great respect towards each other. Outstanding match, hard-hitting match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wreckage. Let's get down to ringside for a semi-main event. Kevin Owens taking on The Rock, taking on the creator of One Man Mafia Wrestling, Tony Buccioni.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, The Rock!
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the People's Champion, The Rock. Finally getting a win over the One Man Mafia about 2 weeks ago on an episode of Wednesday Night Wreckage. But before that, on a bit of a losing streak. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going tonight. Once you hear that music, you know business is heading to the ring.
And his opponents, first, from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens!
The prize fighter Kevin Owens making his way down to the ring. Would be a huge win under his belt to take out the owner of one-man mafia wrestling and the people's champ, The Rock. Kevin Uso. He has been sticking up for the Usos lately, trying to drive that wedge deeper and deeper into the bloodline. Kevin Owens looks like he means business. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. The reason you're watching the stream tonight, the creator of One Man Mafia Wrestling.
75 pounds, Tony Zucconi.
The One Man Mafia himself. Fort Knox putting the Stallions in the chat. Love him or hate him, he's the reason we got our Wednesday night Wreckage. And here we go. Kevin going right after the Mafia. Rock backing things up and trying to take a second to get the crowd pumped up. Able to have Tony hooked. Tony's fighting off the shoulders. Going back to work on Kevin Owens. Gets blindsided by The Rock. Tony sends Owens for the ride. Clubbing forearm over the chest of Owens. Drops him down to the mat. Owens and The Rock going after it. Owens has him up on the shoulders. Drops him down with a neck breaker. Looking for the win. Too close to the ropes. Owens going back to work on Tony. Tony looking for that huge clothesline, but Owens was able to get out of the way. Owens drops The Rock on the top rope. Tony has him hooked. DDT drops Owens. Kick to the midsection of The Rock. Owens rolls to the outside. Tony takes the ride to the corner. Rock introducing his forehead into that top turnbuckle. Repeated shots across the face, dropping him down. Now trying to choke out the one-man Mafia. Owens comes back to his senses and goes right back to work on The Rock. Has him up, electric chair drop. Code breaker to Tony. Rock takes down Owens, delivers a elbow to the back of the head of Owens. Tony rolls to the outside to get his breath back. Running DDT on the Great One. Rock has Owens up. And drops him face first on that top turnbuckle. Tony sneaks back in behind The Rock and tosses him over. Goes to work on Owens, trying to stomp the life out of Owens. Tony goes right back to work on The Rock, but The Rock was able to block that lariat. Rock fights out of the grasp of Tony. Takes him down, delivers that elbow to the back of the head. Owens has The Rock hooked and delivers a package slam to The Rock. Stunner on On the Rock, right into the cover, but Tony saw it and breaks it up. Huge spine buster from Tony. Tony going to the middle rope. Calls up Owens. Double axe handle right on the mark. Lifts Owens up and tosses him like he's nothing. My goodness. Tony took offense to the Rock. Caught in the corner and drops him face first on that top turnbuckle. The Rock delivers a DDT and busts open Tony. Tony fights back and fights out of the hold. Shaking the cobwebs loose. The Rock has him. Delivers a sit-down jawbreaker. Russian leg sweep onto Owens. Tony bleeding from the eye here. Gets another point of the elbow to the back of his head. Tony rolls out to collect his wits. While The Rock and Owens still fight it out in the ring. Spine buster from The Rock. Goes into the cover. 1, 2. Owens is able to get the shoulder up. Uh-oh. You know what's coming. It is the most electrifying move in sports entertainment today. The People's Elbow right on the mark in the heart of Kevin Owens. But Tony's right there to break up the count. Hooks The Rock. Has him up and tosses him into a front suplex slam. Tony taking out his aggression after The Rock busted him open. Has him hooked. Code of silence busts open the People's Champ. Tony pulls him away from the ropes, but Kevin Owens is up. Exactly, I knew that was coming. Kevin Owens was waiting for him to go for the pin. Kevin Owens working the midsection of the Mafia. Now working him against the ropes. Stretching out the arm of Tony. Has him hooked. T-bone float over suplex. Tony is out again. Double stomp to the chest of the People's Champion. Owens again was looking for that stunner, but The Rock had it scouted this time. Face buster. All three participants in this match have been busted open. Body splash off the top rope from The Rock. The Rock going for the cover. Is that going to be it? Ooh, Kevin Owens kicking out at 2.9 to 99. Tony's back in the ring. Calling for a piece of action. Waiting for his spot. Oh no, took too much time taunting. The Rock saw him and drove him back into the corner. And drops him again. That open wound leaving a blood stain on the top turnbuckle. Now on the top rope. Owens has The Rock hooked again and delivers another package slam onto The Rock. Tony's able to shake it off and break up the count again. Back and forth between these three men. Tossing suplex from Tony. Dropping Owens across that top rope. Rock sends Tony for the ride to the apron. Getting all fired up, but Tony's back in. Has The Rock by the back of the neck and slams him face first. Tony going right back to work on Owens. Owens has Tony up on the shoulders. and delivers that swinging neck breaker again, right into the pin, but The Rock's up and breaks up the pin. Stunner on The Rock! The Rock was paying too much attention to Tony and didn't even see it coming. Kevin Owens gets the win. Tony is a split second late from breaking it up. He tried to plead his case to the referee, but the bell has rung. My goodness. What a win for Kevin Owens. Tony was just a split second late from breaking up that count. Highlights from the match. Owens right there, snuck in, delivered a stunner to The Rock when he was paying attention to Tony. There it is, Tony trying to break up the cover but was too slow. Congratulations, KO. Outstanding semi-main event. Outstanding. I could have watched that match forever. But the show must go on. It is time for our main event, ladies and gentlemen. Stone Cold Steve Austin coming off a win at Money in the Bank against AJ Styles. It has been a long time coming. Stone Cold Steve Austin just could not find the winning combination to take out AJ Styles, but was able to figure out that formula at Money in the Bank. Finally getting his retribution against AJ Styles. Tonight, he has a huge opportunity going one-on-one with our heavyweight champion, Johnny Gargano. If Stone Cold Steve Austin gets a win over our heavyweight champion, that could set him up for a future World Heavyweight Championship. But before we head down to ringside, there's only one person and one person only that introduces our main events. So, Michael Buffer, if you please.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. My broadcast partner, JR, who's coming down to the ring.
It's Austin! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! For God's sakes! Stone Cold is back!
But what's this? AJ Styles taking out Stone Cold this time. AJ still bitter about the loss Stone Cold delivered to him at Money in the Bank. AJ wasn't even on the card tonight. Stone Cold firing back. AJ's fighting out of it. AJ frustrated that Stone Cold got this opportunity to go up against our heavyweight champion, and he looks to be taking out his frustrations on the man he just fought last week, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold trying to fight back, trying to reverse everything that AJ's throwing at him. Knee to the face of AJ. Oh no, AJ has him hooked. Stone Cold slips out. German suplex on the floor. Stone Cold getting into the ring, trying to create some room between the two, but AJ's right in after him. Another backbreaker onto Austin. Drop kick to the side of the head. AJ Styles is ruining our main event tonight. I can't believe it. Austin's not going to be able to compete in our main event tonight. What is going on? Why, AJ? Why did you have to do this? 2 of our matches ruined by run-ins tonight. Stone Cold still trying to fight his way through. AJ still continuing the beatdown, but why did he have to ruin the main event? Everybody here paid money to see Stone Cold versus Johnny Gargano. And AJ refuses to let that match happen, wearing out Stone Cold. Attacking Stone Cold from behind and delivers a lariat and takes down Stone Cold. Damn you, AJ! You just ruined the main event. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that is it for tonight. AJ ruining the main event. I guess you're just gonna have to tune in next week, 7 p.m. right here on One Man Mafia's Twitch channel to see what's gonna happen as the fallout continues from One Man Mafia presents Money in the Bank. Like I said before, if you missed the pay-per-view, make sure you go to my YouTube page, look for the logo right here, and the replay is up. All the commercials cut out, strictly wrestling, only the matches. Shout outs as always, back in the day with John and Jay podcast. If you're a fan of 80s and 90s movies and some raunchy comedy, make sure you check those guys out. They're on everything you listen on podcasts. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, make sure you check them out. And as always, Joe Crawford for the thanks for tuning in stream ending screen that I have. The personalized picture he made me. Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes another Wednesday night Wreckage. I'm sorry we missed out on the main event. AJ Styles, bitter for the loss that Stone Cold dealt to him last week at our pay-per-view. But we'll just have to tune in next week to see what's gonna happen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. And have a great night.